Picks. I'm your host, James, and we're here to break down UFC Fight Night, Hernandez versus Pereira, coming up this Saturday. Before we get into that, I wanted to recap a couple of events that I missed. I was actually off last week for the Tyra event, so I didn't get a chance to recap UFC 307. So we'll do that right now. 0.24 units up, positive. Obviously not the best. I mean, I think that that whole event was just really weird. There's a lot of robberies, a lot of split decisions. We were on the right side of some things, on the wrong side of some things. But as you guys can see here, that these are our results. Nothing to kind of take away from that. I think that going into the event, me personally, I had a feeling that that was going to be just a wacky event. So coming out of that event unscathed, uh, I counted that as a win. So yeah, that's what happened for UFC 307. Now let's get into the previous event. I actually took the week off last week, and Alex and Gerard handled some of the plays for that week. As you guys can see, we're down 2.65 units, so not great. Not something that we strive for, obviously. But we ride together, we die together as a group. And obviously the last week we didn't do a great job. So this week we're definitely locking back in, and we need to come out with something positive for this week, because it's been a rough kind of September and almost like October right now. So we really need to dive deep and lock back in to get some units back. Overall, as you guys see here, our ROI has dipped to 9% now. We were doing pretty great for a while there. Now it's down to 9%. Straight picks are 19%. Parlays have been getting down to 11% as well. So we really need to lock in and really finish this year strong. Our inception of Better Made Tips was in November, so we have a couple more events to go to kind of make that up. But I feel confident. I mean, I've looked at this card for this week, and I'm looking. I feel like I see some opportunities that could be good play. So for this week, I'm going to go the route of providing a best play, best pick, best bet. You can call it my GIGA Lock. I think that after some time and looking into the card, I see some potential opportunities that could be good. So let's get into the first one that I will go over. Now, this is going to be a two-legger. And the first leg that I wanted to go over is in this matchup. So we have Anthony Hernandez at a minus 137. He opened up at a minus 200. So dog action has been taken on Michel Pereira. He's been the public dog, I would say. A lot of people have been taking him. I've seen a lot of people on social media been taking him. For this matchup, I'm going to ride with Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Reason why is, for me, this is going to be, once again, a first 5-round fight, right? For, I think, Fluffy, in the UFC at least. Michel Pereira, this is going to be obviously his first 5-round fight. One of the hallmarks of Anthony Hernandez's game is his cardio. This guy has unbelievable cardio. I fully trust him in a 5-round fight. Now, the only risk with him is that he's going up against a very dangerous fighter in Michel Pereira, who has been looking fantastic at kind of middleweight, right? Like, he's just been dominating, getting performance bonuses, beating Andre Petrosky, beating Mikel Olajicic, Ihor Pereira. This is a much different matchup, though. This is not those three people at middleweight. This is Anthony Hernandez, a guy who comes in with a constant pace and pressure. And I don't know if Pereira will be ready for that. I think that, he obviously, if you guys see here, he has like a 94 takedown defense, 94% takedown defense. But look at the people that he's been fighting so far in the UFC, and you tell me who is the best grappler that he's fought. It's probably Andre Petrosky. And I mean, we've seen Andre Petrosky in the past. This guy is very inconsistent. He is not on the same level as a Anthony Fluffy Hernandez at all in terms of cardio, submission threat, grappling ability, in my opinion, too. Anthony Hernandez is a different beast, and I think he's going to show that in this fight. look at the takedowns that he has. I mean, 6 takedowns, average a fight, 49% to takedown accuracy, submission threat. He averages 3 submissions a fight. I mean, for me, like the only concern really is that this could end up in terms of how he lost against Kevin Holland, and where he gets like knocked out in the first round or second round, whatever the case is. But I think ever since then, Anthony has really improved, and I don't see Michel Pereira being able to just spark him like he has in his last few opponents, right? And once again, this is a 5 round fight. In a 5 round fight, give me Fluffy all day. So I like Fluffy for the decision. I like him. He has a nice sub possibility as well. Michel Pereira has also gassed out in the past too. Now he hasn't gassed out since his move to 185, but we have no way of knowing that. I mean, he's just been sparking opponents in the first round, right? So we don't know that for sure. I don't think he's going to spark Anthony in the first round. So give me Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. We're going to ride with our guy this week. I feel really confident in him as a play. Personally, I would even recommend him as like a money line play at minus 137. But over here for the GIGA LOCKS, for what we're trying to do, always trying to give you guys some plus odds. So I'm going to pair that money line actually with this other pick. So the second leg that I have is Melissa Martinez against Elise Ardelean. This pick will be centered around the over 2.5. So it opened up at minus 400. Now it's minus 365. I think that's a buy the dip opportunity. Same thing with kind of Fluffy's Hernandez's money line. I think that's a buy the dip opportunity. So for this fight, both of these ladies, to me, they're very tough. I think this is going to be a mostly striking matchup. If it does come into more of a grappling matchup, I would say that Ardelean probably is going to be the lean there, because she showed in her last fight that she's able to get some takedowns, get some control time. But I really see this being more so a striking matchup. And both these ladies are tough. I don't think either of them are going to knock each other out. Submission could be live for Ardelean, but I think that after a 2-year layoff for Melissa Martinez, she's going to come in here more composed and not try to not get to finish early, right? Because this is going to be her first fight in 2 years since she lost her UFC debut against Elise Reed. I think she's going to come into this fight a little bit more composed and try to last, obviously, a little longer. Ardelean, I mean, she's coming off a split decision win where you could argue that she probably won that fight, but I mean, it was a close fight. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of grappling in this matchup. If it is, it's going to come from Ardelean. So because of that, I mean, women's MMA, if it's going to be a mostly striking matchup, which I think this will likely be, I got to go with the over 2.5 here. And I feel confident in that, pairing that up with Fluffy Hernandez's money line. So if you pair that together, you get plus 120. And I think those are pretty good odds for a 2-leg parlay there. So, we already put that as a play for, as you guys see here, for UFC Fight Night 99, Vegas 99, plus 120, Anthony Hernandez minus 137, over 2.5, minus 365. We're going to have more plays throughout the week as we further analyze this card, see what other spots we can get. But for me, so far, after having an overview of the card, I'm really confident Anthony Hernandez this week. I think that his money line price at minus 137 is a great steal. I wouldn't be opposed to playing more than 2 units to get back like a unit to kind of ride him in this week, because I am really confident in him beating Michel Pereira this week. So that's going to be my GIGA LOCK of the week. Having him in parlay. Either way, I think Hernandez is a really good pick. So that about does it for the pick for this week. Obviously, we're going to have more picks for our pro members. So if you guys want to see some of those plays, join now at WAP Payments. Join up here at picks.gg. It's $20 a month. We're going to try to end the year strong, which is November. So I'm more confident in this card than the previous cards. Feel great about it. I think it's going to work out, and we're not coming out here without a profit. So we're locking in for this week. Best of luck, everybody. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content. We'll see you next time.